girls, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an episode of Tarot Unsolved. Today we're going to talk about the Malaysia Airlines flight 370, which is a really big mystery. I feel like in kind of current history or like recent history, I'll never forget, I was on a visit with my grandparents in Arizona, and my husband, boyfriend at the time, and I were eating lunch with them at this like hotel, and all the news was about this missing flight. And at the time they had found like a black box, and they were hoping to try to get like a location, and you know, obviously that never happened. So if you are new here to my channel, my name is Cheyenne, and I have a history with the paranormal. I love the paranormal. I also love unsolved mysteries. I am a tarot reader, and I use this series to use the tarot to try to figure out life's greatest mysteries. I do big things like Atlantis or Area 51. I also do smaller, like less known paranormal cases, things about cryptids. So if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions or things that you want me to make a Tarot Unsolved video about, please let me know. I do have a playlist on my channel of all of the Tarot Unsolved episodes so that you can watch them. So I'm just going to start off by telling you guys a little bit about what this mystery is. So the Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 was an international passenger flight operated by Malaysia Airlines that disappeared on the 8th of March 2014 while flying from Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia to its planned destination, Beijing Capital International Airport. The crew of Boeing 777-200ER, registered as 9M-MRO, last communicated with air traffic control around 38 minutes after takeoff, when the flight was over the South China Sea. The aircraft was lost from ATC radar screens minutes later, but was tracked by military radar for another hour, deviating westward from its planned flight path, crossing the Malay Peninsula and Andaman Sea. It left radar range 200 nautical miles northwest of Penang Island in northwestern peninsular Malaysia. With all 227 passengers and 12 crew aboard presumed dead, the disappearance of Flight 370 was the deadliest incident involving a Boeing 777 and the deadliest in Malaysia Airlines history. So, again, there was 227 passengers and 12 crew of people who disappeared into thin air. There's never been remains found or anything like that. So I have 4 different questions I want to ask the cards. The first one is, why did they go off course in the first place? Because it says they were going in the wrong direction. 2, did the passengers know what was happening when they were on the plane? Did they know that something was wrong? Or was this something a little bit more instantaneous? Number 3, will we find human remains? Will we find human remains so that the families can have real closure? And number 4, is there a chance of survivors? Is there a chance that they landed on an island somewhere or something like that? So the decks I'm going to be using, so the main deck I'm going to be using is actually these bicycle playing cards. I'm not well versed in playing card divination, but I've been very drawn to using these, and I feel like they will help us. I feel like I'm going to use these more in a tarot way with tarot associations, so just keep that in mind. I also have my Memento Mori deck here, which is a staple in these readings, and I also brought out my Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So I'm going to start off by shuffling the deck and asking those 4 questions and pulling 1 card each. Okay, so we have our 4 cards here. We're going to go through them. If there's things that we have more questions about, that's when we bring in the other decks and ask further questions. But this is just kind of where we start. So, number 1, why did they go off course? We have the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, so it's really interesting because I was thinking that we were going to get a card that's kind of like about fear or anxiety, and there was a reason that they did this because they were worried about something. But this makes me think that they went off course because they saw an opportunity for something better. So that makes me think that they saw a chance to like get to their destination faster, or there was some kind of ulterior motive as to why they wanted to do this. But it was in the best interest for somebody, okay? In the way that somebody was going to gain from this, or somebody was going to get maybe financial gain from this. I am getting a feeling of like nefarious activity going on here, okay? I don't think there was honesty in some of the crew members, but there was something here that was involving like money or some kind of there was some kind of a gain for going off of course for the pilots. I don't know if it was, and again, were the pilots the original pilots? I don't know if it was hijacked off of this card, but I do get that the reason they went off course was for their own personal gain, okay? It wasn't really for like the overall health of everybody else, right? Which is really interesting because I was thinking like, if I got like some kind of a card about anxiety or worry, like I was saying earlier, would have made me think that they were worried about something, and so they went off course to kind of save the people on the plane. But there's something here that's not adding up. Okay, so number 2, did the passengers know that something bad was happening? We have the 2 of Swords. So we have the 2 of Spades, okay? So I do think, okay guys, so I just like went through the whole reading and I realized that my camera shut off. So I'm gonna go through this again. So 2 of Spades to me is a 2 of Swords, and so it's like trying to make a decision. So I feel like definitely the people on the plane knew what was happening and they were forced to make some kind of decision. I'm getting really, really bad vibes about these 2 cards here. I definitely feel like there was a hijacking of some sort, and I'm seeing panic and mayhem on that airplane of like having to make a choice, but the choices given to you are not good choices. It's like choosing 2 bad things. I'm just seeing like, what do? I don't know what to do. And that's what I keep hearing. So definitely a lot of panic. All right, so question number 3 is, will we find human remains? We have the 4 of Spades. So I think definitely we will find human remains. Earlier I was talking about finding the remains to be able to put family members to rest and get closure. And the 4 of Spades is like the 4 of Swords, which means rest. So I definitely think we will find remains so that family members can get actual closure. And the last question we have, is there a chance of survivors? So we have the 10 of Diamonds. I think it's possible there's a chance of survivors, but I think this card is talking about legacy and people's memory living on. So is there like a memorial or something that's been erected for the memory of these victims and for this tragedy? Let me know, because I'm not sure. I'll look it up as well, but I definitely feel like their memory, their legacy will still continue forth, especially through family members and things like that. But I don't know if they are still physically, you know, on this earth alive somewhere. I don't think so. So I definitely am getting the vibe of like a hijacking. I know that's one of the theories, but it's been kind of disproven. I think it was a hijacking that went wrong, because I do think that the plane ended up crashing into the ocean. So I'm gonna ask the oracle decks I have here a little bit more about the hijacking and if that's accurate, because I'm just seeing panic and mayhem more so than just like the planes going down. I feel like there was people aboard that were causing fear in people. So I have 3 cards there. I want to also pull from my Memento Mori and get a few cards. Okay, so we're gonna look at these ones first. So we have status, discovery, and optimism. Okay, so right off the bat with status, this makes me remember we were talking about there was some kind of financial gain or something, some kind of gain, some kind of recognition, even if it's with a small group of people, or like somebody, again, I feel like there was money involved here with the status. And then we have discovery and optimism. Wow, we have like the ocean here and there's just a lot here. So I feel like there will be more insight and more things that we uncover about this case. It's definitely not the last we've heard of it. There's going to be big breakthroughs in this case in, I would say, the near future. So optimism makes me think it's going to be good news for the family so that they can get answers, right? Any kind of answers we get will help families be able to move on, right? And then we have shovel and scale. The fact that shovel is right here next to the rest card about being put to rest, this just further confirms to me that these victims will be put to rest and be buried in a respectful way. And then we have scale here. This is making me think that whoever did this or whoever was responsible for this didn't understand the full weight of what they were doing. They didn't think it through all the way. And it's really unfortunate that somebody's decisions that weren't well thought through and well thought out had such a big impact on so many other people's lives. So I'm definitely getting like just nefarious and just bad vibes and bad intentions, but also just a lot of stupidity here and worrying about money and things like that instead of the lives of other people. So let me know if you guys know more about this case. I would love to hear your insight, what you got from the cards, because again, I'm not super well versed in every little thing that happened with this case. I know the basics and I remember when it happened. I saw it on the news. So yes, I love you guys so much. If you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy shop. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a magical rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.